Hey everyone, I am Lenny, and today I am coming to you with another retirement alert because there are 4 decisions that seniors make right before they retire that can permanently damage their financial security. 4 decisions that feel completely reasonable in the moment. 4 decisions that millions of Americans make every single year without realizing the consequences until it is too late to undo them. I have been a financial advisor for a long time. I have sat with hundreds of seniors in the months before they retired, and I can tell you the mistakes that hurt people most in retirement are almost never made during retirement. They are made right before it, in the final months and final years before the last day of work, when excitement is high and the details feel less important than the dream. Today, I am going to walk you through all 4 of these critical decisions, what they are, why they feel right when you make them, and exactly what to do instead. Stay with me. Because the decisions you make in the year or two before you retire will shape the next 20 or 25 years of your financial life. Before we begin, everything I share today is for educational purposes only. I am a financial advisor sharing general information, not personal financial advice. Please always consult a qualified professional before making significant financial decisions. Now let us get into it. The first critical decision to avoid is claiming Social Security the moment you become eligible. I know, you have been waiting for this for decades. The moment you turn 62 and Social Security becomes available, it feels like the starting gun has finally fired. Like the reward you spent 40 years earning is finally within reach, and the desire to reach out and grab it immediately is completely human and completely understandable. But here is what that decision actually costs. If your full retirement age benefit is $2,000 per month and you claim at 62, your benefit is permanently reduced to $1,400 per month. That is $600 less every single month. For the rest of your life, every year you live past the break-even point, which falls around age 78 to 79 for most people, you are losing thousands of dollars per year that you can never get back. The math for most healthy seniors strongly and clearly favors waiting. Every year you delay past your full retirement age, your benefit grows by approximately 8%. Claiming at 70 instead of 62 can result in a monthly benefit that is 75 to 80% higher. On a $2,000 full retirement age benefit, that is the difference between $1,400 per month and $2,480 per month, every month, for life. Before you retire, sit down with a Social Security specialist and run the break-even analysis for your specific situation. Understand exactly what each claiming age delivers in lifetime income. Make this decision with numbers, not feelings, because once you claim, you cannot unclaim. It is permanent, and the wrong decision at this single moment can cost you $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 or more over the course of your retirement. The second critical decision to avoid is retiring without a written income plan. Most people spend more time planning a 2-week vacation than they spend planning how they will fund 25 years of retirement. They know they have savings. They know they have Social Security coming. They have a rough sense that it will probably work out, and they retire on that rough sense without ever sitting down and doing the actual math. Here is what the actual math requires. You need to know your real monthly expenses, not an estimate, the real number including every fixed expense, every variable expense, and a realistic monthly average for irregular expenses. You need to know your guaranteed monthly income from all sources, Social Security at the amount you will actually receive, any pension, any annuity. You need to calculate the gap between those two numbers, and you need to have a specific written plan for how that gap will be funded from your savings in a way that is sustainable over a 20 to 25-year retirement. Without that written plan, you are making spending decisions in retirement based on how things feel rather than what the numbers say. And how things feel in the early years of retirement, when you are healthy, when your savings balance looks substantial, when the freedom is new and exciting, almost always leads to spending that is higher than what your savings can sustain over the long term. I have sat with clients at 75 and 78 who had no idea they were on a trajectory to run out of money because nobody had ever shown them the 20-year projection of their current spending rate. Do not let that be you. Before you retire, get the written plan. See the 20-year projection. Make sure the math works before you stop working. The third critical decision to avoid is underestimating healthcare costs in retirement. This one surprises almost every client I work with when I show them the real numbers. Most people approaching retirement think about healthcare costs in terms of their current insurance premiums and their current prescription costs. They assume Medicare will cover most of what they need, and they dramatically underestimate what healthcare will actually cost over a long retirement. Here is the reality. The average American couple retiring today will spend between $300,000 and $350,000 on healthcare costs over the course of their retirement. That number does not include long-term care. It includes Medicare premiums, which increase as your income increases through a mechanism called IRMAA that most seniors have never heard of until it hits them. It includes supplemental insurance to fill the significant gaps that original Medicare leaves. It includes prescription drug costs that can run hundreds of dollars per month even with Part D coverage. It includes dental care, which Medicare does not cover, vision care, which Medicare largely does not cover, hearing aids, which can cost $3,000 to $6,000 and are largely not covered, and it includes the out-of-pocket costs for procedures and treatments that insurance covers only partially. And then there is long-term care, the cost that has the potential to completely devastate even a substantial retirement portfolio. The average annual cost of a private room in a nursing home in the United States is now over $100,000 per year. The average stay is approximately 2.5 years. A couple where both partners need significant long-term care can face costs that would deplete even a very well-funded retirement. Before you retire, have a specific numbers-based conversation about healthcare costs with a financial advisor and a Medicare specialist. Understand your Medicare options completely. Ask specifically about long-term care insurance and whether it makes sense for your situation given your age and health. Build a dedicated healthcare reserve into your retirement plan. Do not assume Medicare covers what you need. Find out exactly what it covers and plan specifically for everything it does not. The fourth critical decision to avoid, and this is the one that I see most consistently in the clients who arrive at my office in the most financial difficulty, is retiring with significant debt. I am talking about carrying a mortgage balance into retirement with a payment that represents a large portion of your fixed monthly income. I am talking about car loans, credit card balances, home equity lines of credit, personal loans, any debt that requires a monthly payment, because every monthly debt payment in retirement is money that cannot go toward living, toward healthcare, toward the things that make retirement worthwhile. Debt in retirement is not just a financial burden, it is a vulnerability. When you are working, an unexpected expense, a medical bill, a car repair, a home emergency, is manageable because you have income coming in to absorb it. In retirement, on a fixed income, an unexpected expense on top of existing debt payments can force you to make choices that permanently damage your financial security. Drawing heavily from savings, taking on more debt, making irreversible financial decisions under pressure. The goal, and I say this to every client who comes to me in the years before retirement, is to arrive at retirement as debt-free as possible. Not because debt is morally wrong. Because debt in retirement is mathematically punishing in ways that are different and more severe than debt during working years. If you have a mortgage, have an honest conversation about whether paying it off before retirement is possible and whether it makes mathematical sense given your interest rate and your other financial priorities. If you have credit card debt, eliminate it before you retire, not after. If you have car loans, factor vehicle replacement planning into your pre-retirement financial strategy so that you are not financing a car on a retirement income. I understand that arriving at retirement completely debt-free is not realistic for everyone. Life does not always cooperate with perfect financial plans, but the goal of minimizing debt as much as possible before retirement and having a specific written plan for any debt you do carry into retirement is one of the most impactful things you can do for your long-term financial security. Here is your action plan. If you are within 5 years of retirement, these 4 decisions need to be on your agenda right now, not when you are 6 months from your last day of work. Now, while you still have time to adjust your Social Security strategy, while you still have time to build a written income plan, while you still have time to research your healthcare options and build a healthcare reserve, while you still have time to aggressively pay down debt before your income changes permanently, the decisions you make in the years before retirement are the foundation of everything that follows. Get them right, and the 25 years ahead can be genuinely secure and genuinely fulfilling. Get them wrong, and the consequences are real and lasting and in some cases permanent. You work too hard and too long to let 4 avoidable decisions undermine everything you built. Do not let that happen. I am Lenny, and I genuinely care about every person in this community. If today helped you think differently about your pre-retirement decisions, please hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Retirement Clarity and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Share this with someone you know who is approaching retirement and who needs to hear these 4 warnings before it is too late. And drop your biggest pre-retirement question in the comments below. I read every single one. I am Lenny. Make the right decisions before you retire, and I will see you in the very next one.